Hey there, in this video, we're going to be demoing Zion, the social network built on Bitcoin, built on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. And we're starting off here on the screen. When you open up Zion, you see your My Communities page. And on here, we can see all the communities we're a part of, right? The ones that we've joined or the ones that we've created. And we can see we're in a few. Let's just go ahead and see what the discovery process looks like for new communities. So I'm going to click on that magnifying glass at the top. And here I can see all of the communities. I'm not sure how these are all sorted necessarily. I'm not sure if they're sorted by when they were created, how many members they have, how active they are, or anything. But you would just simply hit join to join one of these. So if I wanted to join the Free Speech Matters community, I'd hit join. You can see they're giving us a bit of a preview on what the group's all about. If there's a price to join, looks like there's no price to join, but you do have to stake 10 sats to be part of this community. So I would just hit join if I was going to be joining that community. Now you can certainly create your own communities as well with that plus button there on the top right. You just give it a name, give it a description. If there's a price to join, you can set the amount to stake, and you've created your community. So I did that with Zach Bitcoin down here at the bottom. There's nothing in here in the image at the top right there, the avatar for this community. I've tried to change, but right now there's an error when I upload my own picture from my phone. So I'm working with support to change that, but you would just simply go ahead and hit that plus and change your icon. Now, I wish, as you notice, when I clicked into this community, so I'm clicking into Zach Bitcoin, you can see I'm coming in and I'm immediately put into the media screen. I really do wish that instead of seeing the media screen, I was immediately thrown into the chat. Now I've got nothing in here, but you'll see an example of an active community. Let's click on the JP Spears community, or actually let's click on the Bitcoin Q&A community here at the top. And when I click into it, right, again, brought right to the media screen. That might be interesting if there is some media there, but doesn't appear to be any here. I click over on About, and you can see the bit of when it was created and what this particular community is all about. What I wish it did, instead of when I click on Bitcoin Q&A, it takes me into the media. I wish it just took me right into the chat. Instead, I have to click on chat there. And that's where I feel like the most valuable content is, and that's where I feel like my incentive to be in this community and be a part of it and create content for it is. So right in the chat. So I mean, people are on Telegram, people are in different groups and chat rooms. They're on Discords, they're on IRC, right? People have been using social media for a long time, and I think the incentive to be part of a community that has Lightning built into it is to create great content, not just spam content, but create great content so that you can get tips. So for example, I can see here someone has replied to, looks like a post about mining here. What are your thoughts on mining? Do you mine? And somebody went ahead and replied, hey, do the right math. It can be good to get some KYC Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. They go on and talk about some more stuff. So if I thought this was a good comment, I can go ahead and press and hold this button, or excuse me, that comment. And I can see here I've got the ability to copy it on the right, but I can also hit this rocket ship and tip them with Satoshis. And you can control your tip amount in your profile. So my tip amount is 76 Satoshis. So I just added 76 Satoshis to that. Some people might use 20 or 10 or 50, and you can control that in your profile. We'll show that in a moment. So that's what the community is, in my opinion. It really is all about the chat. So let's pop into another one, JP Spears community here. Again, I'm brought right to the media page. This must be a bug because I'm really surprised there's no media. I think there is media being posted in these communities. So let's scroll through here. We can see, here's all the content that people have been posting. And again, if I agreed or really liked one of these things, I could go ahead and contribute to that post by tipping it, right, with that rocket ship. There we go. So that's how you interact. I really wish it just brought you right into the chat, but just one more click to get in there. So let's go ahead and move over to the next piece, which is your wallet, which is your balance. So here is a way to, you can receive, you can set up invoices, so you can receive payments, you can send payments through here with your sats. You can see your node capacity here. I've got just over 47,000 sats. My balance is quite small, 3,500 sats. And you can see who I've tipped. So I just tipped in the JP Spears community. I tipped Big Fish in his community. You can see per community and also all transactions. Interesting. Okay, I thought it was just one. So cool. So all the transactions there, ledger of all of our transactions, and then you can see how active you are in your community by money, by Satoshis. So that's quite interesting. Looks like we can add capacity here at the top. Request an increase of capacity. Let's just go ahead and do that, confirm. So I'm just requesting an increase of capacity from Zion. So we'll see what happens there, and I'll report back. Now let's move over to one last screen over on the right. This is your profile screen. So this is where you can go into account. This is where you can set up your tip amount, right? I'm down here at the bottom here, 76 Satoshis. You've got your public key that you can share as well. Let's go into the network. I haven't messed around with this at all, but this was configured automatically, but perhaps there'd be a reason to change your network address. I'm running Zion. I'm using one of their nodes. I'm not self-hosting my Zion node. Um, Let's go down to security and backup. So this is, you don't want to make the mistake that I made when I first set up Zion. I did it really quickly. You can imagine, hey, I'm downloading an app on my phone. It's not something you put a lot of thought into necessarily, right? I don't know if you're reading all those terms and conditions. Here, the important thing was to export your keys down at the bottom. You want to hit export keys. It will copy it. For me, obviously, I've already created an account. I got to punch in my PIN to do that. But you'll copy your private key for your Zion account, which includes all of your history. So it includes your account itself, it includes all the things you've tipped, it includes all of your communities that you've created or joined. So if you lose these keys, you are going to have to start over all over again. It would be like having to, wipe your Twitter account and start all over again. But there's money in this account. So you're going to want to make sure you save those keys. This was a pretty rookie mistake for a Bitcoiner to make, but there we go. I did it and had to make a new one. So that's the security page. Obviously, under appearance, you can set your if you want this to roll with whatever iOS is using, or if you want the dark or the light appearance. And then under your contacts, I have no contacts on Zion other than Zion support, but this is where you would manage those. So quick demo of Zion. I do think it's, I gave my opinions on the network as I went through the different features. I like it. I like that it's Bitcoin. I like tipping for good content. I wish the experience, like when I come into a community, I wish it just took me to the chat. There's a couple bugs, but they are hiring, so I do want to support them. I don't mind paying a subscription, I suppose, for this. I can't remember how much it was. I'll have to update that in the video as I'm making this, but I want to say like $10 to $15 a month maybe, which is a bit of a turnoff to join a social network, although if it's free, you are the product, right? So perhaps that's not such a bad thing, although for adoption, maybe a little tough. Maybe they should bring that down. Not sure. Interested to talk about that for sure. I was talking on Clubhouse with Brad Mills recently about Zion, and he suggested that we give the product a little more love and a little more feedback, and make sure that we support a group of people who could have easily created this product on their own token, right, and raised VC money to go the altcoin, the shitcoin route. But instead they're doing it on Bitcoin, on Lightning. So let's give it some support. So any comments, questions, suggestions, drop them in the comments. Hit me up on Clubhouse, on Twitter @ZachBitcoin. And I appreciate your watching this demo. And if anyone from Zion's watching, let me know what your thoughts are, and I'm happy to chat and provide feedback as I use the application. Thanks.